this is Erica with Liquids in My Hoop, and I am back today with a mid-year WIP parade. It's been a couple of years since I've done a WIP parade, so I thought maybe now would be a good time to do it, especially since I think my last regular floss tube was, I'm not sure, in March. It's been several months since I did a floss tube, and I thought maybe the best way to dive back into making videos would be to do a WIP parade. So I have everything laid out here. I'm in my sunroom on my couch. Hopefully the lighting's a little bit better in here. I've never recorded in here. And all the windows are on the opposite sides. This is the only solid wall behind me, so we'll see. Hopefully it'll work out okay. I do hope to get back into doing regular floss tubes after this video. I feel like everyone says this, it's been so crazy. We're so busy, and the kids are definitely more demanding of our time as they get involved in things, so we do a lot of running around, and we've had a lot of really great things happen over the last 4 months, and some not so great things. We had a very scary health scare with my littlest one, but she's fine, she's doing great. It's not what we thought it was, so I'm very thankful and grateful for that, and she's doing wonderful, and everyone is great, so I'm happy about that. I'm doing this early. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted to get this done early because I do have an air conditioner going, and I'm sorry if you can hear that. I can't turn it off, otherwise it will be so sweltering in here that you won't even be able to breathe, and it's very, very humid. July in upstate New York is wet. It's so damp all of the time because the humidity is so high and you can't breathe, and it's sticky and uncomfortable, so it's fine. I love the flowers and I love the sunshine, and it's just part of living here, so I'm not going to complain about it, but I would be lying if I didn't tell you I had an app on my phone that counted down the days until fall. So really by September it'll be much better. The humidity won't be as bad, and we'll start getting some really beautiful days where you can not break a sweat if you step outside your house. So anyways, we're here for the stitching, so let's get into it. I think I counted up, I have 16 WIPs. Oh, my computer's gonna slide. 16 WIPs, and I did UFO. I think I've UFO'd maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. If I have time, I'll show those, and you guys can tell me what you think. They're just not calling to me, and haven't called to me in a while. So is it time? Do I hang on to them? I don't know. We'll have to see. So I'm going to start. These are in no particular order. I will try to give as much detail as I can about the projects. The first one that I have is With Thy Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais. It's Sampler of the Season. This is the spring one. Oh, you know what? I haven't recorded in here, and the windows in front of me and to the side are really going to reflect, so I'm sorry about that. I love this. I have all 4 seasons. I do want to stitch all 4. You can get these right on Brenda's website, countrystitchesonline.com. I'm pretty sure you can still get them there. That's the only place I've ever seen these. Oh, let's see, these are all the called for threads. There's quite a few of them. I think I have some duplicates in here. Oh, I definitely do. I have 3 avocado. I don't know if I'm really going to need that much. I am stitching this on 40 count Steinbeck by Needle and Flax. I had originally started this on Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit, and I did not love it, so I switched. And let's see, that's probably pretty accurate as far as color. And I have not stitched on this in a few months. I think the hang up is these little strawberries are here. This is the called for color. Actually, I don't know if these are strawberries. Whatever these are, I want to make them pink, so I have to frog. And because I have to frog, I kind of petered out. And I was filling in the dirt on this little vegetable patch, which was also kind of boring. So I don't know, I just kind of petered out, but I do want to pick this back up. I wanted this done by June, the end of June actually. Oh my gosh. I have my iPad propped on a book and the book keeps sliding because it's so wet. Everything is damp and nothing's gonna stick. I don't know. So I'll probably have to keep readjusting. So I do want to get back to this. I should make this maybe my 1 thread a day stitch. So I would like to do all 4 of them. This is housed in a bag. Oh my gosh, who made this? Oh, Painted Leaf Co. And I have it in this bag because I originally had started the winter sampler of the season, but then I switched fabrics and I decided to start the spring one since it was like February and spring was coming, so I just kept it in the same bag. Where to put everything? Okay. Oop. Oh, piles and piles. I forgot about the piles. Okay. All right, the next project I want to show you, this was one from a WIP from 2023, and I want to get it done this year. This is Mill Hill Autumn Gathering. This is the one that I'm doing. This is an out of print chart. I know I've talked about this before. You can find it on the secondary market. It can be very pricey. I have seen it for cheaper, or reasonable, I should say, but it's very hard to get. I am stitching this on 32 count Ren, and I was working very diligently on this at the very beginning of the year for the first few months. Kind of petered out, took a couple months off. But I did pick it back up this past week because I want to try to get it done. Sorry for the hoop marks. I did not have time to iron. So since you've last seen this, I've done quite a bit. I've completed the turkey. He still needs his beard, but I will do that last. I think I did this little motif here. And I started along the bottom. I messed up the count over here, so I need to do some frogging. But before I frog, I just decided to start the bottom border, and when I get to where I made the mistake, because I don't know where it is exactly, I will frog then. But this week I added those 2 pumpkins and these 2 motifs that hold the heart charm. And this is the vine that goes up along the side here. I thought that I could be like, what is her name? Handmade by Sarah. Oh, I think it's Handmade by Sarah. Is that the Sarah that color completes? She's amazing. I tried to be like Sarah, and it did not go well because I can't count. So I can't do that. Some here the count is messed up over towards the end here. I think most of it's okay, but I'm just going to fill in the pumpkins, and when I get to my mistake, I will take it out. But I would love to have this done and framed by Thanksgiving. So, but to do that, I do have to be pretty diligent about working on it. Ton of beads in this, and I love beading. I do love it. But it's time consuming. I won't take out all the threads. They're all DMC threads, and then the specialty beads. And I think this is a Pam's needle and thread bag. I've kept it in here for a while. Maybe I'll have time to get another pumpkin in later tonight after the baby shower. We haven't had a baby in the family in 7 years since my little one was born. So it's very exciting. It's another little girl. So I'm going to name her Vivian. I love that name. Okay. The next WIP I want to show you. I started this in, March. I think this was on my last video. I said I was going to start it. Birdsong by Samplers Not Forgotten. Really love this one. This is one of the pieces along with the Mill Hill that I just showed you, Autumn Gathering, that I do work on fairly consistently. I would love to have it done this summer. I am stitching it on 40 Count Honey by Be Stitch Me, and with all the called for threads. And this is how far I've been able to get. Again, I'm sorry, I don't have time to iron. I barely have time to make a video, so it was either iron or make the video, and I chose to make the video. Oh, there we go. That's probably truer of the color. I wanted to get to where the blue is added so I could see if I liked it, because I wasn't sure about the blue in this, but I think it's very pretty. It does add a little pop of something. I'll get a little closer so you can see the stitching. This is such a sweet, fun summer stitch. Really love it. I think this week I did this whole little motif. Oh, this center flower here, I'm in the middle of frogging. This is the second time I've had to frog it out. It'll be the third time I'm stitching it. I don't know what my problem is. I just can't get the count right. So I started to frog it. I think you can probably see down here is where I frogged for the second time. And I just decided to move on. And I'll go back to it, but I would love to have this done this summer, but there's still quite a bit of stitching left, so I'm not sure about that. There's only a few called for colors. Oops. They're just really pretty. That red is Buckeye Scarlet, I believe. It's beautiful red. Let me make sure I'm not lying. Yep. Buckeye Scarlet by Gentle Arts. Really pretty. And that blue, what is the blue? Oh, Cottage blue. Very pretty. I am keeping this in, I believe it's a Joanna 1966 bag. You can find her on Etsy. This was a birthday present to myself a couple of years ago, and I love it. One of my favorite bags. I still use it. Okay. Okay, so this was a new start last month. I've never done a hat. It's Martha Walmsley, 1847. I am stitching it with, let me pull them out, all of these Soie d'Alger or Vera Soie, or what are they? Vera Soie. Yeah, Vera Soie silks. I got this little container. I don't know where. I saw it on somebody's floss tube, and they're on Amazon, and it's a really great way to store your threads. Look at these beautiful colors, though. Oh, they're just beautiful. I am stitching this on 40 count cold foam linen by Be Stitch Me. I have cold foam for a couple of other projects, but it's the even weave in 40 count. This is the linen. I have a very teeny tiny start. Oh my goodness, it's so pathetic. Can I even count that as a start? My only concern with this is I thought maybe those silks made my stitches a little puffy on 40 count. I know that's kind of why I stopped, because I was thinking maybe I need to just go to a 36 count, but now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't seem so bad. I don't know, tell me what you think. Maybe I should just stitch a little more and then decide. This is a huge piece of fabric. I must have ordered a half a yard, but it's beautiful, or maybe a yard. I'll be able to do a lot of projects. It's one of my favorite colors. I did pick a section that had less modeling for this particular project though, but I could see myself stitching some fall pieces, Halloween pieces on here. We will see. This is also in another Pam's needle and thread bag. The bags are beautiful. I have not bought hardly any bags this year. I don't even know if I've bought one, but I don't need any. I have a lot of them, but they're so fun to buy. Okay. Oops. Just want to put my patterns back where I can keep them organized. So the next one on my list is A Perfect World from the Scarlet House. Love this one so much. I need to get going on it though because I want to gift this to my husband for his birthday or Christmas. His birthday is in December as well. I am stitching this on Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim, 40 count. Gosh, I better leave this one out so I can work on it today. And this is how far. When I get close to the computer, the colors are just not as accurate, but I want to be able to show you close up. That flower there is a little bit ghosty, but I'm not going to change it. So you can see I really have most of the dense stitching, pretty much all of this and all of this. I think I have started the bird. I have a bird and a tree to do, and then I've got to do all of this. I don't know. Not sure. There's so many projects I want to work on and get done. But that's my goal. Really pretty. That saying really reminds me of my husband. These are the called for colors and just DMC 310. Pretty. I'm just keeping this one in one of those Amazon zip bags. Sorry for the zip. Okay. I'm watching the clock. All right, next up, this was a new start. When did I start this? Oh, in June. I wanted something a little different. So I picked by Sassafras Samplers the Middle Mist red sampler. These colors are really pretty. I'm really drawn to pink and red lately. But look at that little pink roof on that red house. Little green door. Even the grids on the window and the door are pink. I don't know if you can see that, but. And I've just started in the upper left on the border. Nothing fun. Let's see. What am I stitching this on? I don't even know what I'm stitching this on. Oh, 40 count oat by Be Stitch Me. And I'm just working my way down that one border. I think it's going to look really pretty on this fabric. It's kind of boring right now because I only have the two colors, but let me show you the threads, which as usual are a mess. I'm not gonna lie, they're a mess because I'm too lazy to put everything on floss rings because I would rather be stitching than taking the time to put them on floss rings. Ah, what are these? Oh my God, Soie d'Alger. Lord help me. Okay, I don't know how to show these colors. I mean, they're gorgeous. If I was a good floss tuber, I would have these on rings and make everything look pretty, but since I haven't done a video in 4 months, that should tell you what kind of floss tuber I am. I also love, Hats does this too, but they give you the like, what is this, like a little bookmark kind of thing with floss colors. And I am keeping this in another Pam's Needles bag. I don't want to show too much because I've got my working copy of the chart in there. That is really fun. Why am I not working on that one more? I started it and then I'm not sure. Whoop, and I already lost a color. Oh. Does everyone put their Avera Soie Silks, or what is this, Soie Doge? I don't even know, Soie Doge on rings? I don't know. Okay. We're getting there. Alright, this was a whim I just started in June because I've wanted to do this for a long time. Birds of a Feather by Blackbird Designs. I only stitched on it a couple of evenings. I forget who made this bag. I love it though. That's the inside. The inside's so pretty. I don't love it when the tags by the makers are huge. But I would love it if they put like a little subtle tag so I could give them credit because I can't remember. It's beautifully made, really nice. Also one of my favorite bags. I use it pretty much year round. All right, so these are the thread colors and I am stitching this on Coconut Milk 40 Count by Grace Notes Fabrics. And oh goodness, where is, oh, okay, that's the top. It's so bad when you haven't worked on it for so long, you don't even know which is, which way's up. But this is, so I'm just working on the border. I don't think that's the full top way across, maybe it is. So that's the full length of the side, and then I just started along the bottom. Again, that's closest to the true color of the fabric, but I'll bring it up. So this really isn't exciting to see, but I will get there. The colors are lovely, lovely, lovely. Those blues and rum raisin. Looks very dark here, but it's looks like a raisin with like a purple raisin. And this is beautiful. What's this color? Teal Frost? Oh, nope, Cadet. Weeks Dye Works. This has some really fun stitches in it for those of you that have stitched it or have seen the pattern. You can see on the original, what are those called? Chain stitch, I think. And so this pattern also calls for it as well. So that'll be fun to do. I love patterns with birds. They make me happy. Ooh. I have quite a few new starts since I saw you guys last in March. How many have I had? Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of starts and not as many finishes. I'll show my finishes in the next video though. Okay, what is next? Oh gosh. The Keep Me Sampler by Moira Blackburn. Love this. I was working very diligently on this the beginning of the year, but I'm going to tell you what happened and why I stalled out. Stitching this on 40 count cold foam. This is the even weave. And this is where I'm at. There's a lot of color in this pattern, but I screwed up the roof somehow. I have to do a lot of frogging, and since I'm just not into frogging lately, this is kind of in a little bit of a timeout. But it's beautiful. I really love it. I definitely want to keep going on it. I feel this past month or so, especially, I've had to do a lot of frogging. So I think there were 4 projects that needed frogging, and I did go through and take out 2 of them. The other one was the Mill Hill piece, which I still need to frog. That isn't as bad though. That won't be that much frogging. And then this one, which is going to take me some time to tear that roof out and figure out where my mistake is, and I just haven't had the desire to do that. So maybe someday. Okay, the next one is Dwelling Place. I started this in February of this year by Teresa Kogut. Love this one. I just cannot wait to get to that blue grass with the animals. Okay, this is in another Pam's needlework bag. I got that charm. I forget who the charm is by, but I thought it went really nicely with this. It's the inside. And I'm stitching this with the DMC, and there are a few fancy glosses. This is also on cold foam. It's the 40 count Verdal. And not that exciting to see. I'm really just working my way down along the border. So I got the top border done. I got this side border done halfway across the bottom, and I just need to keep going to get these 2 borders to meet up. I also kind of fizzled out on this a little bit because it was so repetitive and it was getting kind of boring, and I know I have to eat my vegetables before I can get to the dessert, but I've been a little bit squirrelish lately with all these new starts. And I don't know why, because I am overwhelmed with 16 WIPs. I don't want that many. I keep saying this. I've been saying it for years. But do you think I can finish something before I start a new project? Nope. So, actually, this should be my thread a day until I get that border done. That's what I'm going to do. Because once that border is done, I will feel more inclined to stitch on this, I think. It's beautiful. And I have a lot of Teresa Kogut's patterns. I've never stitched one, so I need to just get one done. Okay, we have a few more. This is, when did I start this? It's been a while. I think I started this in 2024. Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee by Brenda Gervais. Oh, I still have it on the, oh, that's so naughty, on the hoop. Oh, I think I just lost a needle. To find it after. I am stitching this on Bronze Age. This is a 32 count by Be Stitch Me, and this might partially be why I am not inclined to work on it, because I started it on 32 count, and I think I did that because I'm going to turn these into pillows, and I didn't want really small pillows. But I did get 2 of the patterns done, Ghost and Goblins. This one has some mistakes. I am not going to point them out if you see them. You have better eyes than I do, but I think it's fine. And then did I complete her? Where is she? Oh yeah, she's done. I did one of the little witches. So, this little one. I want to do 5 pillows. I'm not sure how many patterns are in here. Oh, there's 5. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's 6, 7. Oh my goodness. 8? Is that right? That can't be right. I don't know. There's more patterns in here than I'm going to stitch. I just want 5 pillows. So, 3 more to go. You'd think I'd work on this. These are all the called for threads. Look, do you see? I'm glistening, and the air is going, and I'm still glistening from the humidity. Ugh, it's awful. Also don't know who made this bag, but I love it. I need to put a cute little charm on here. Cute. I'm just gonna take a little sip quick. Love to know the name of this fabric line. Okay. This is another one I need to start working on. I want it done by fall. And shame on myself for not getting it done. This is a Mill Hill kit, buttons and bead, Midnight Farm. Love this one so much. I've tried a couple different things. I'd started out on a 32 count even weave, went to a linen, tried the paper. Ultimately, I needed a hoop to hold the paper. I'm a hoop stitcher, hence the name, look what's in my hoop. And I could not stitch on the paper without it. But then I found these magnetic frames, which are amazing. So I started doing this. The pattern called for 3 threads over, and I didn't like 3 threads. And finally, one viewer said, just do 2, and you'll like your stitches a lot better, and it's gonna look fine. And she was right. So I restarted it, and I did all of this in just the one day. Not all of this, it's not that much. And I haven't picked it up since, and I'm ashamed of myself because I really want this done. And for me, getting the right sized hoop so that I could stitch on the paper made a world of difference. I had to buy new paper even because I wrecked the one that came in the kit. But this is really fun. So, Erica, get stuff done. Okay, I have a few more. This is in a zip bag. I love these bags. When I take stitching outside of the house, like if I go visit my parents, or if I have to wait in the car when my daughter was playing sports in the school year, I might take it to get a few stitches in. It would depend on how long I thought I had to wait, but I love it because I don't have to worry about it getting wet. Peace on Earth sampler by Cottage Garden. Love this. Love this so much. This is all over 1, and I'm stitching it on 40 count, and it tripped me up, and I put it away, and I haven't brought it back out. But I do want to get this done. And I know people are working on Christmas in July, but I am not feeling inclined to work on Christmas. I just like doing my focus pieces, which there is, I'll show you. There is a fall-ish, I don't know, a fall patriotic one that I'll show you that's meeting my needs, I guess, for stitching fall. Beautiful colors, all Gentle Arts. I love Gentle Arts thread. I think it's my favorite, to be honest with you. And I am stitching this on 40 count almond milk from Grace Notes Fabrics. I know I did change some of the colors. I think the green in the border was very brown. I'd have to go back to my old videos to see what I swapped out, but where's the light? I want to show you I think that's probably pretty accurate for the fabric color. And then, you know, I haven't stitched on this in a long time, but I do want to get this one done. So. I don't know, when is the bug gonna bite me to get this done? I just don't feel the urge to stitch on it. Okay, let's see. I think I have 4 more. I want to show you this. This one I just started a few weeks ago, and I don't pick it up every day to work on it, but I really love it. It's by, what's it called? Sampler Favorites by Kanicki's Prims and Whims. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. This was my, oh, actually I think I started this right around the 4th, because this is what I'm counting as my Patriotic stitch for this year. And the reason I'm counting it as Patriotic is because of the flag, the red door, the blue roof. I'm a sucker for that tree and the birds in the trees. And it was just something a little bit different. There is some back stitching in here, which doesn't bother me. And I don't know what these are, or how they're stitched, if it's a specialty stitch, or I'm not sure. I didn't look that close at the pattern yet, but I'll figure that out. So I started up here. And I really enjoy this. This will definitely not get done this year, that's for sure. I am stitching it on 40 count sand. I ordered this fabric off of 123 Stitch. I don't know who the dyer is. I don't think it tells me. Oh, Picture This Plus. Oh, well, it does tell me. And I was working on this last night, so it's still in my hoop with the needle. But love it. Love it. I don't know, it's just different. So, where did I put it? I think it's going to be beautiful. So, I started with this motif, then I stitched that last night, and I started to work on this, but I stayed up too late and I was tired and I just couldn't complete it. Maybe I'll just try to get that finished for tonight. Well, a lot of plans for today, not enough hours to do it. Do everything. Okay, I need to write that one in my book. This is the book I use to keep track a little bit of what I'm stitching. Okay, so the last 3 projects I have, sorry, I need to get a drink, are all in the same fabric. And I'm keeping it in, this is Farmhouse Needleworks bag. I love this bag. I've had it for a few years. I think she might even still have this. Oh my god, it's so cute. And then she always has the thread beds with it. Really nicely made. I love them. I have a handful of her bags and they've held up very well over the years. Okay. I know that's a fall bag, but I only have one fall-ish project in there, and the other 2 are not for fall. But I am stitching, I also started this a couple of weeks ago, Stacy Nash Designs, Pretty in Pink Pinky. I really like that spool, that thread spool. Whoop. I am stitching this on, hold on, I gotta find the tag. Picture This Plus 40 count vellum. Again, I'm sorry for the wrinkles. I did not iron. I just got the little corner started. And these are all of the thread. Love the pink and the red there. I don't know, I'm just into pink and red lately. Really pretty. I haven't worked on that. I mean, I basically spent a couple days, you know, whatever time I had in those couple of days stitching that, and then I didn't pick it back up. So, okay. In another corner, I started, if you are signed up for Primrose Cottages, Primrose Cottage cross stitch of the month, they send out a freebie. I want to say it's the first Thursday of every month. They send out a free cross stitch pattern, and if you're signed up for their quilting emails, I think you get a free quilt project as well every month. But I've never stitched one of their freebies, but this one I loved, and I've seen a few people stitch it and complete it. And I am using the Valdani thread. I love Valdani. I mean, I really love it. It's one of my favorite threads to stitch on. Beautiful. I did not get super far though, but so this will not be done this year, but eventually it will be. Love that. I can't, this is not big. Why? Those last two projects are not big. Why can't I just focus on them and get them done before starting something else? It's a problem. Okay. Part of the reason I can't focus on other projects is because I've really been focusing on this one. The primitive needle, I forget her name. I know she was a nurse. I know there was a terrible accident and she passed away, and it was very difficult to get her patterns. And then her daughter, who I don't believe is a stitcher, started to make her patterns available to stitchers, and I'm so grateful for that because I have admired her patterns for a long time. Of course, they were difficult to get, so I think since she started producing them as PDFs, I've bought 3, maybe 4 of them, and I want to stitch all of them. But this one is Patriotic Jack Game Board by the Primitive Needle. They are PDFs, so this is just my copy. I don't know if this is patriotic. I don't know if it's fall. I might, when it's done, put it up in May and leave it through October. Who knows? I just love it so much. I mean, that pumpkin is creepy, but I love him. Just so bizarre, but I love it. He's quirky. So I will say the pattern, if I showed you, well, I can show you part of it. So see how this little square here, you can tell that obviously it's yellow. The patterns are beautiful. Like, she did a great job making these. They're very easy to read. They're in color. It's wonderful. But you can see that it's yellow, but on the cover page, you can see they're red. And so I did go by the cover page, and I don't even know how I noticed that, to be honest with you. But when I went to fill this in last night, I decided to make them red. So this is the other corner of my vellum fabric, and this is where I'm at. So I am a lazy stitcher, and I can stitch quickest when I can just do a half a thread or a half a X, like for the row, and then go back. And I know with overdyes you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to complete your X. If I can get away with it, I will stitch one half of the X for the row and then go back through. But it does sometimes tend to look stripy, and you can see that that's what happened here and here. So for this one, I said stop it and do it the way you're supposed to, and it's not getting that same stripe effect. I will not be ripping those out to fix them, but I will stop being lazy and stitch the way I should for the rest of this, because that board is, I wanted this done by the end of July, but that board is going to be a little time consuming, so I don't see it happening. But when this is done, I do have another fall piece lined up. I think that one's by Brenda Gervais. So fall and Halloween is my absolute favorite season to stitch. I just love it so much. These are the threads. These are the called for threads for Patriotic Jack. And I don't know where I got this little charm from, but why do these little things just make it so fun to stitch, just to add? I don't know why we love them so much, but we do. So I've really been focusing on this the last couple weeks to get this done. Hopefully, I wanted by the end of July, but I don't think with that board that I'm going to get it done. So maybe by the end of August, and then I am going to have that framed, and I'll have it up for September. Now, if you've been paying attention, you can see that I had 3 projects, each in one section of this. This is just a fat border, and I have one section left that's open, and I don't love having tons of little scraps of fabric around, so I prefer to use up the whole fabric if I can. So I decided I'm going to start this one. This is Frog Cottage Designs Amongst the Crows, and Really sweet, simple little design. I do not have all of the called for threads. I don't have the pinks and the reds, like the flower thread colors and that border color, but I am thinking of doing these two. This is Wood Rose by Gentle Arts, and this is Wild Berries by Classic Colorworks. I don't know, tell me what you think. Do you think those two colors would go well? I don't know. I am not great at picking colors. I'm just not. This is why I always stitch with the called for most of the time. Or I have Adobe and Wood Rose was an option. Or I guess more pink, I could go with the Wood Rose and the Wild Berries. So tell me what you think. Adobe or Wild Berries? I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Wild Berries because this just screams a little spring and summer to me. And the pink, I don't know. So I think that's what I'm going to do for this last quarter piece of the fabric here. Wow, I think that is all of my whips. I believe that's 16 when I counted. I'm going to show you, let me switch sides here. I kind of want to show you the ones I think I'm going to FFO. I don't know. I started them because I loved them, but why have I not stitched on them in a long time? And I don't like having these projects just hanging out. So this is a working copy called it's by the Drawn Thread. This is Halloween. Stitching this on a Be Stitch Me fabric, Boneyard. And all I've done is that tree. I don't know. Like, I love it, but I don't know. I think there's other fall pieces I would rather start stitching. And why did I pick this one? Out of all of the fall patterns that I have, why this one? I don't know. That tree's pretty awesome though. It's boring to stitch. It's just one color. And I did not bring the threads in for these, but I Drawn Thread uses, what's it called? Oh, dinky dyes mostly. There's some needle points in here. Do I just hang on to this and see if I get the urge, the desire back to stitch this, or do I let it go? I don't know. Okay. So this I started sometime last year. I'd wanted to stitch it for a long time. I finally started it, and now I just don't know. This is Jack Frost Tree Farm by Little House Needleworks. There's several patterns. I have all of them. And what is this? Cream and Sugar, Milk and Honey. Which one is this? Oh, Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And I was filling in the, just getting the borders done. You can see I have 2 more squares to do for the border. And I'm not really sure that piece is my style anymore. This is why when you start something, you should finish it, because if it lingers, I'm saying for me, not you guys, but for me, why I should finish it, because if I don't finish it and it lingers, I might not want it anymore. And then it's such a waste of time and energy and money and materials. I don't know, it is cute. Maybe this one I will hang on to. Maybe I don't feel like doing it because I'm melting and it's not winter. Maybe I'll feel like picking it up when winter actually comes. And it will be here. I know it will be here. Okay. The next one is the Drawn Thread, the Autumn Garden. I started this on my birthday last year. My birthday's in September. I, do have the dinky dyes and the silks and colors, and everything it calls for. I am stitching this on Atomic Ranch Freeze. This is a 36 count linen, and this is, I don't know. I think I screwed up down here, but I don't know if I'm loving this fabric. Maybe it's the fabric I don't love. I mean, it's a pretty fabric, but maybe I just don't love it for this piece. Where am I? Whoop, that's the back. I don't know. What do you guys do? How do you determine whether something is a real UFO or why am I just not called to these anymore? I don't know, it's such a pretty pattern. Okay. Don't know what to do. Okay, Christmas Magic by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I was stitching this in its entirety. I think this is 32 count Ren. I'm not sure why it's not calling to me. I don't know if it ever will. I'm probably just going to scrap that. I know I could frog the J and the I and turn that Santa into a little pillow. I'm not sure if I even want to do that. We'll see. Okay, this last one is, oh no, I have two more. Light of Winter by Brenda Gervais. This is a working copy. So I'm not sure why I'm not called to stitch this. Every time I see it on someone else's floss tube, that I love that border, love it, and I really love this and those cute little trees. I'm not sure why this isn't calling to me. And this I think I started in 2023, so it's been a couple of years. Where am I? I couldn't even tell you what this fabric is. This might be, is this Saltbush maybe? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, my stitches are laying nice. I mean, not the white. I have a terrible time with white, but I don't know. Every time I see someone else's, the border I love. I don't know that I love that house, and I'm not so sure I'm crazy about the little cherubs, but I love the border and I love the deer with these little pots. Do you think I could I don't know, that might be kind of weird. Just do this. Maybe it's my fabric. Fabric is a big problem for me. If I don't love the fabric or I get sick of it halfway through, I'll scrap it. Maybe I just need to, I really hate restarting things, so I don't know that I want to restart it. So I'm not sure what to do about this one either. At this point, I think there's other patterns I would rather stitch, even though I love that one. Okay, so this last one, I can't tell my little one this. She'll be so upset with me. I gotta figure out something. This is Treehouse of Winter by Soda Stitch. Yeah, what is it called? Soda. Treehouse of Winter. It's really cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, my fabric's not even in here. I must have been serious when I said I was gonna stop stitching on it. Okay, I don't have it to show you. I was stitching it on a 32 count even weave. It was pink with like the snowflakes splashed on it. I can't think of the name of it. And I do not like stitching on 32 count, that particular 30. I don't like stitching on 32 count in general anyways, because I don't prefer to use 2 threads, but I didn't like it. So she hasn't said anything to me. I don't know. if she remembers that I was stitching it for her, maybe I will have to pull it out and do it. I don't know. I don't want to disappoint her because I did promise her. So that is all of my current WIPs and my potential UFOs. There's 5 there. So that's 21 projects, and that's too much for me. And I really want to have around 10 WIPs. I think that's where I would feel comfortable. I want to be like Tara with Sully Stitches, because she does have a few WIPs going, but she gets stuff done. And I've watched all of her videos. I can't remember her ever UFOing something because she gets them done. I need to be like that. I need to channel my inner Tara. And oddly, my middle daughter is Tara. I spell hers with an H at the end though, and she reminds me a lot of Tara with Sully Stitches, because she just starts something and she gets it done. Oh, I don't know, I've got to get some projects finished. Having said that though, I am very briefly going to show you some projects that I want to start. Oh, for the love. I hate myself sometimes. This is a problem. Okay, really quick. I've had these for a while. These autumn salt boxes. Not autumn. The seasonal salt boxes. A few people have stitched them. And it wasn't until I saw Pete with Oh For Pete's Sake floss tube. And he did his all as one piece, but I think in between he did 2 and then another 2 at the bottom. In between he had like a beautiful alphabet, which I don't always love stitching the alphabets, but it looked so nice. And so I was thinking about maybe doing something very similar, but I might keep this till winter, because I would start, I think, with, oh, I don't know. I'd have to decide which one went on the top. Would I go spring, summer, fall, winter, I guess, if I went by the year order, or I don't know. But I would like to work on or start those maybe this year. I love this one. Beautiful Things Come Together, One Stitch at a Time. One Stitch at a Time by La Di Da. Really love this. This might be my birthday start for this year. I think that's definitely going to be my birthday start. My birthday's in September. And then I have seen a lot of people stitch this. Also love this. But I gotta be honest, I bought this several months ago, and then I started seeing everyone stitch them, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to stitch them now. This one I love though. Pansy Patch Quilts. I bought these thinking, you know, I could adjust the colors and kind of make a little grouping out of them, but I don't know. I've had this for a long time, and I've wanted to stitch it for a long time, and so I really think I just need to bite the bullet and do it. This is, I don't speak French. Do you pronounce the J like Jardin or Jardin Privé? However you say it. History of Sheep. I have all 4 patterns. And there was one floss tuber, and I apologize, this was a long time ago, so I can't remember her name. She did all of the sheep in knots, maybe French knots, and it was amazing. And so I would also like to do that. This is what it looks like all together. But I don't like French knots, but I can do a really good colonial knot, so that's probably what I would do. I don't know, this is just so sweet. I want this to hang into my powder room downstairs. And then this one. So I went to the Jingle Ball last December, and I ordered the Gingerbread House by Stacy Nash. This is so sweet. I started it. I didn't love the fabric, so I did finally order the Called For by Needle Bling Designs Ween Beans. And these are the thread colors. Ooh, that's so shiny. So I may restart that. I did not get very far, so I do not feel bad restarting it. I really think it needs that gingerbread color, and I just didn't have anything that was comparable. So I would like to start that one soon. And when I got the pattern, I am not one for needle books. I don't know why. I don't, not something that I want. So, but I did think about making it into a pillow, a standalone pillow. And Nicole Spohr did that, and she turned it into like a stand-up little house. It's adorable. And so I'm going to do that as well when I get that completed. And then this pattern I just purchased last week, and I really love it. So I also want to start this one. But I need to finish something first. So this is Samplers and Primitives, the butterfly sampler. Those birds in the corner are what got me. They're funky. And then these goats or rams, what are they? Goats maybe? And then of course these, beautiful butterflies. And that funky grass at the bottom. I don't know, I just liked this sampler a lot. I do not have a fabric picked out, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm wondering if I could stitch it on that cold foam linen. I have plenty of that linen. I'll show you the threads. There's so many. I don't even think, there might even be some DMC that I didn't put in here yet, but oh my gosh, alright, so these are the Weeks Dye Works, and then let's see, oops, oh my god, you guys. This is pathetic. I'm not, you can tell I'm rusty. Gentle Arts and Crescent Color Works. Look at this one. Cottage Garden. The variegation. These are beautiful colors for butterflies. I don't know if that's what they're used for, but it's what I can see them being used for. So that, and then there's some specialty threads. Threadworks. I've never stitched with their threads. Are these silk? Is this silk? No. Okay. Really pretty. And then another Threadworks. I don't know. This reminds me very much of a summer piece because of the colors and the butterflies, but if I have no self-control, I will I will start a few of those, and if I can't contain myself, I won't start any of those until I get a couple WIPs done. Really, what I should do is get 2 WIPs done and start one, and that would lower my overall WIP count over time. Or not start anything, but it's so fun. So anyways, that is it for today. I'm so glad to be back. Thank you for those of you who are returning viewers and who like and subscribe to my videos. And for those of you who leave comments, I do love reading the comments, and I try to respond fairly quickly. I will be back. My plan is to be back towards the end of July. I have a couple pieces I'm getting framed, and they're at the framers now, and then there's 2 pieces that I want to finish. I just haven't completed the finishing. So hopefully I'll have those done, and then I'll have something to show you in my next regular floss tube. So until then, stay safe, and hope you are getting a lot of stitching in, and I will see you soon.